When you get to a certain age, and Tiger's turning 48 in a couple of weeks, it is not the made putts or the drives on the sweet spot that bring the most satisfaction. It is the chance to tee it up with your kids. Compete, that doesn't wane. It is, in many cases, who these guys are. They're competitors, the best to have ever done it. But here, Tiger is just pops. And with more, we welcome Todd Lewis. Todd.
Yeah, hi there, Rich. Here we are at the Ritz Carlton Grand Lakes in Orlando, Florida. It's a very windy day, day number one of a two-day pro-am here at the PNC Championship. Tiger and Charlie Woods not a part of day number one, but they are expected to land in Central Florida sometime this evening and will be a part of the pro-am on Friday. They have a 9 a.m. tee time. They will play an 18-hole pro-am together. So Tiger and Charlie will see this golf course get ready for competition, which again starts on Saturday. As for Tiger, well, yes, he definitely wants to bond through the game of golf with his son Charlie, but he also is trying to shake off some competitive rush that he had, admittedly, at the Hero World Challenge, where he finished 18th in the 20-man field, and also gives him a gauge to measure where his game is in competition, although not as intense as it was at the Hero here, as he tries to set his schedule for 2024. Now, of course, Tiger is going to have a lot of fun here, but he is competitive, and the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree when you talk about Charlie. He is very much looking forward to the PNC Championship to get into the form of competition with his dad. And speaking of intensity, well, he had an intense competition last month. He and his high school teammates were actually competing not too far from Orlando at Mission Inn, about 45 minutes away. And Charlie, along with his teammates, won the state high school golf championship for their classification. And yes, Dad, Tiger Woods was there rooting on his son and his team in that competition. Now, as for Charlie competitively, things will be a little different for him off the tee here in 2023. For the PNC Championship, Charlie will be moving back a tee from last year. He will be playing the same tee as John Daly, Jim Furyk, Retief Goosen, Nelly Korda, Vijay Singh, and others that you see there. He'll be playing at approximately just under 6,600 yards. Tiger, of course, will be playing from the tips at around 7,100 yards on the card. So this is going to be, again, a great bonding experience, not only for Tiger and Charlie participate here in the field at the PNC Championship, but make no mistake, when it comes down to the back nine on Sunday, every player in the field, doesn't matter if you're a pro or an amateur, will be trying to win this because it's a big feather in their cap.
Yeah, and I think
Rich?
Charlie's going to be fine at 6,500. I'm told by my spies down in South Florida, the kid shot 65 from the tips at Old Palm. That's 7,420 yards. So he can carry it now, and I think he's going to be carrying Dad through the weekend at Orlando. Let's show you some of the notables in the field. You got to look at some people who are going to be teeing it up alongside Tiger and company. Those notables include the likes of Steve Stricker and his daughter for the very first time. And with more, let's go back to Todd.
Yeah, they're a brand new team in the PNC Championship that's never played in this championship. That is Steve Stricker and his young daughter, Izzy. Izzy is a senior in high school, and she will be playing college golf at the University of Wisconsin. And this is the first time, probably the biggest spotlight that she's been under in regards to showcasing her game. Of course, Steve is coming off a phenomenal year on the PGA Tour Champions. I had a chance to catch up with and ask them what it means to be playing here in this championship together as father and daughter.
We do a lot of things together at home. Like, we have hobbies that we share, fishing, hunting. I like to go do that with him. And we play golf all the time as a family, too. So I think to do it in a competitive setting and in a tournament like this means a lot.
Is it a fun event or a competitive event for you, Steve?
Both, I think. You know, this is our first year playing, so we're kind of new to the scene here and trying to get the lay of the land and figure out, you know, what we should do out on the golf course. We saw it for the first time today. We'll see it again tomorrow. But it's both. You know, we want to compete. We want to try to win. We want to obviously have fun. And like she said, we've never competed with each other as a team. So this would be something unique for us and something fun that we can share forever.
All right, you two have already locked up Rookies of the Year for the PNC Championship.
We're the only ones.
Right, okay. But talking to other players who compete against you, Steve, and know your game, is you say, man, you guys are going to be tough to beat. Do you have expectations coming into this championship?
I know she does. I know she wants to win, and so do I. I mean, I guess I just don't know yet, you know? I mean, yeah, I think we can play well, and it's all how we handle, right, the nerves. I mean, this is new for her, and we're going to play with some people that may make both of us uncomfortable, you know? And it's about dealing with the nerves and trying to manage the conditions. It's going to be tough. But I think we can play well. I really do. I think her game has really progressed the last year or two, and she's going to play college golf, and she's, you know, just developed a lot the last year especially. So we're excited. We're excited to try to get in contention and see what will happen down the stretch.
All right, I'm going to follow up on what Dad said. What's a good week for you? How would you define it?
Definitely just handling the pressure, like in big tournaments for me, and like whether I bounce back from a mistake and how well I can come back from that.
And by the way, this is a great event for the entire Stricker family. Why? Because caddying for Steve is his older daughter, Bobby, who, by the way, is a great player, also played at the University of Wisconsin and is pursuing a professional right now, trying to make it to the LPGA Tour. And on the bag for 17-year-old Izzy is her mom. And this is another great note for Izzy here in this great spotlight of playing the PNC Championship. The Strickers will be playing alongside the Kordas, Nellie Korda and her father, Peter Korda. And Izzy Stricker has looked up to Nellie Korda for a long, long time. So this is kind of a dream come true for her to be playing with her idol. Rich?
Todd, you know, if Steve Stricker wins a hand of gin rummy, he's liable to cry. Win with his daughter.
He's going to cry.
Rivers of tears on Sunday. Todd, thank you. We'll check back just a moment. Let's go back to Tiger and Charlie, but I'm going to start with Tiger. What did you learn from the hero watching a couple of weeks ago?
I really learned a lot from Tiger. He looks, very fit. He didn't have any problem walking around the golf course. I think he was competitive. You could see the competitive rust a little bit around the short game, inside of 10 feet where he rarely misses. You can see he's just not that sharp, but he got 72 holes in, held his own, broke par just about every day. He was making some birdies, so it's just a matter of getting those reps back in. So I like the way that his golf swing looked very athletic for this comeback number, whatever it is that we saw down there at Albany, but I thought that he handled himself pretty well.
Where's young Charlie at in his development?
Bigger, stronger, faster, obviously, but he's a good player for 14. He's not a world beater yet at 14 years old, but he certainly is very competitive, and he's comfortable in these situations, playing with Hall of Famers, playing with great players that have won major championships. So Charlie's just if he keeps learning and he still has that love and that fire for the game, I think that he can go a long way in this game. But he's only 14 years old. Let's pump the brakes a little bit on how great he is, but he has a potential to be as good as he wants to be.
Love for the game, that's most important.
Most important.
Correct?
Have to be in love with the game. You have to want to go to the golf course to practice. You want to, go play in tournaments. You want to be able to play as much golf as you can. That's for the love of the game.
I'm told you can't get him off the range, and when he's free, he's playing 36 a day down at Old Palm. He absolutely loves it.